I'd like to invite our first speaker, Brother Masoud Shadnam. Dr. Masoud Shadnam is a professor of ethics at McEwan University in Edmonton, Alberta. Besides his academic role, he is a frequent speaker at Islamic centers and interfaith events, as well as an avid contributor to grassroots movements for justice and peace. Please join me with a loud salawat to welcome Brother Masoud Shadnam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, all my brothers and sisters who are watching this live video. Well, first of all, I want to thank the organizers and, of course, the participants in this seminar. And I hope that all of our prayers and all the things that we say are the things that are accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And secondly, of course, I want to congratulate everyone for the occasion of the birthday of our Imam, Imam Mahdi, Ajjalallah ta'ala farajahu sharif. So before, actually, instead of going too much into these types of intro stuff, I want to dive in right into my talk because I don't have a lot of time. So what I want to talk about is actually to highlight one of the practices that has become an established tradition in our communities, especially the communities of Shia Muslims around the world. And this is a good practice, it's a good tradition, of course, but I want to emphasize that we need to supplement that with something else. So I have a proposal for that as well. The customary practice that I'm talking about is the one that all of us have experienced when we hear the terrible news of some sort of oppression or injustice from around the world. And these days, we are kind of used to hearing those things. We hear almost every day that Israeli soldiers have been attacking Palestinians, for example. The Saudi regime has been attacking the oppressed people of Yemen. We hear about all these things around the world in Myanmar, in Bahrain, in all these other countries. And most often, when one of us hear these types of news, the immediate thing that we say is that Allahumma ajil li waliyika al-faraj. We request, we beg Allah that He hastens the arrival of our Imam. Now, this is great. This is great on many fronts. This is great because we know that our Imam will come and he will clear the world from all these types of injustice and oppression that are going on. And we have hope. And by saying these words, we are actually making sure that we believe in that. We believe that the days of these tyrants are numbered and they will be gone soon. We also remind ourselves that these things, they don't have any place in the type of life, in the type of world that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants for humanity, for everyone in the world. And we know that this is a prayer and we are actually asking, we are begging Allah. And we know that it matters that we emphasize that nothing happens in this world without the will of Allah. So we actually request all these things, all the things that we want, the clearing of the world from all these injustices. We want them, we ask Allah for them. So it's great, but the thing that I want to add is that I feel that for some of us, at least in the Shia community, it seems that we believe that this is enough. It seems that we believe that just by saying these words, we are done with our duties. We are, I just said that I want that. I want my Imam to come and put an end to all these injustices around the world. And of course, that this is not the case. This is not the teachings of Islam for us. We know that our duty is to fight all these injustices, no matter what. So one of the most dangerous and misleading doctrines about Imam Mahdi during the history has been the belief that we should all just wait for the Imam to come and put an end to all this injustice. And we should just be a standby. We should not do anything. That's a very dangerous thing. And it's against all the teachings of our Prophet and our Imams. So this is one thing, that our duty is no matter what, is to actually act upon everything that we see in the world, and to stand up for what we believe is the right thing, and to stand up for justice. The other thing is that even if we look at the prayer side of that, even if we look at the dua that we are asking Allah to hasten the arrival of our Imam, our Prophet has taught us that this is a beautiful hadith. مثل الذي يدعو بغير عمل كمثل الذي يرمي بغير وتر. So the person who prays without action is like an archer who wants to shoot without a bowstring. You don't have a string, so you know that your arrow will not get anywhere. It's the same way with our du'as. Our du'a will not achieve anything if we do not accompany that du'a with our actions. So this is the proposal that I have for ourselves, for all of us in the Shia community, for everyone, even in the Sunni community, for everyone who believes in the arrival of Imam Mahdi, that every time that we say those words, that Allahumma ajjil li waliyyika al-faraj, we should actually accompany that with an action. We should accompany that with something that our Imam would want us to do, which is actually to combat all those cases of injustice. To the extent that we can do that, of course, these are grand challenges in front of us these days. None of us can stop Donald Trump, for example, but to the extent that things are possible for us, to the extent that we can put our hands together, put our minds together, think about ways to combat injustice around the world. That's the thing that our Imam wants to do. And that's the thing that actually makes our dua be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's the only thing that I want to remind ourselves, all of us. And I know that the ulama, all the ulama that are present in this program will have more valuable lessons for all of us to listen to. So with that, I finish my talk with a loud salawat.
صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.